Hey, good morning, girls. Happy couple days before Christmas. I think we're just wrapping up the home stretch where we are almost on our way to 2017, which is kind of an eye-opening experience, right? Who would have thought we would have gotten rid of this year so fast, right? But we did. It's gone, and it's time to start planning for the new year and being ready. But I wanted to have some conversations around Christmas. And just if you aren't done with your Christmas shopping, or maybe there's somebody you just thought about that you need to do something for, just some Christmas ideas. Because, see, I think we get into a mindset around Christmas that it's all about the gift and how much we spent and how much we put on our credit cards. I watched parents for years go out and run up credit cards for Christmas time because their kids kept saying, I want, and they didn't want to tell them no. And then they end up in this depression in the first part of the year when that statement comes in from the credit card. And so I found a really great devotional that was talking about giving the perfect Christmas gift. And I thought it was real appropriate time-wise to share now with you and just give you some ideas for last minute, or maybe you're going to somebody's house, or, you're doing some swap stuff. And I know we just did with our neighbor. We have one neighbor here. And it was funny because we both created a little package for each other, and we both baked, but we both baked different things. So it was really kind of cool to swap it. And she made fudge where I didn't make fudge this year, so Greg was happy. And I made the Russian tea cake, so, they're happy over there. They've got those little snowball things. So we did some great swapping. And it wasn't like we ran out and spent all this money. We put our heart into what we were doing. And that's kind of what I want to share with you today, is that putting the heart back into Christmas. If we're celebrating the birth of Jesus, and it's all about what God's done, I thought, this is perfect timing to talk about how to give the perfect gift. See, because this topic is not just for Christmas. This could be for birthdays, anniversaries, anything coming up. So let's dig right in here. And today we're going to do a couple of verses, but our main verse that we're going to start with is from Luke 6:38. And in there, it says, if you give, you will receive. Your gift will return to you in full measure, pressed down, shaken together, to make room for more and running over. Whatever measure you use in giving, large or small, it will be used to measure what is given back to you. And that's from Luke 6:38. So we want to talk about, we live in this world right now that Christmas, the success of Christmas, in the world's concept, depends on how much we spend, how many presents we give, how many presents we receive, and what the value is on those presents. See, because I remember growing up as a kid, we'd get a pair of socks, we'd get a pair of underwear, you'd get a shirt or whatever, and we were excited. We got a Barbie doll, or we got a yo-yo or something, and our stockings were filled with oranges and socks and a toothbrush. And we were excited to get that. But today, these kids would stomp and throw a fit if that's what you gave them. Christmas is about giving, but it's not about the price tag to determine the success of Christmas. Giving is not dependent on the condition of our checkbook. Giving is dependent on the condition of our heart. So what I've gave here is I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like I've got 5 for you today of ideas of gifts, how to give a gift based on your heart that doesn't cost you a lot, yet would hold such great meaning. And that's what Christmas is about. That's what giving a gift is. It's about the meaning and the power behind it. So let's take a quick look. Let's clean the glasses, because apparently the puppy decided to put her lovely little paw print right in the center. And that kind of really hurt as she launched on me and shoved it into my face. But, you know, you got to love them. They're just adorable, right? 4 months old, they really can't be held to much accountability yet. So, number 1, a handmade gift. 1 Corinthians 4:12, Paul tells us that we should work with our own hands. This principle can be applied to making Christmas gifts or birthday gifts. So remember, the same discussion we're having today can be used for any holiday that you're giving gifts. Giving a homemade gift represents time, thought, and it's a part of you. I remember when I gave my birth father my first gift I sent him when I first met him 32 years ago. And I gave him some handmade gift cards. Now, he collects trains, so I actually found a rubber stamp that had a train, and I embossed the train on the card. Now, today I look at those, and in my work I do for handmade stuff is far better, and I look at that and I think, oh my gosh, what did my dad think when I sent that? And actually, it was one of the best things he got, because I took the time to make it for him. And to me, that's kind of exciting to know that something that I made such an impact on him. And since then, we've done several of them. I've made him a sign for the front yard out of a palette that talked about, what was it? Using all the crayons in the box to color your world or something. So, but you can do stuff like mason jars that have layers in it for cookies or layers in it for hot cocoa, baking cookies, you know, handmade gift cards, or a wall plaque, you know, something to hang on the wall, whatever. But that handmade gift is something very special. When somebody makes me something, I know they took the time and the effort to make it, or they went to a craft fair and picked it up. But if they're making it, I know they took the time, and that's important. A possession gift. In Matthew 6:40, Jesus talks about giving the shirt and the coat off our backs. So we can give something we already own, because it could be a wonderful Christmas gift for somebody and have great value. But we don't want to give away our crap. You know what I mean? If you wouldn't want it, why would you want to give it? Now, I know. There's some people, like if you're a Star Wars fan, I'm not. So if I had Star Wars memorabilia, you would probably be tickled pink if I gave it to you. And I would be like, ew, get it out. You know, example here for Greg is he so loves the story, The Christmas Story. The movie, The Christmas Story. And he loves that stupid leg lamp. And yes, it is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. But I got him one for Christmas because he wanted it so bad. Now, is that something that's priceless to me or something that I'd want to keep? Oh, no. I'm really hoping he puts it in the shed. But the point is, somebody might think something is a treasure and have a great value. And what you need to do is look at it. Is there something of great value? It's not getting rid of your junk. It's looking at something that somebody may really value and treasure. The gift of time. See, time is precious and valuable. And there is, you can't replace time. We have to use it wisely. And it's of great value. So in Ephesians 5:15-16, Paul tells us, be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most out of every opportunity. So the other thing you could do as a gift is give the gift of time. Is there someone in your life that maybe you need to spend some time with that you've been neglecting, or you've just been too busy? You've not picked up that phone and called them. You've not met them for coffee or go out for a lunch somewhere. The gift of time can be really precious. And I know for us here in the house, the past 2 weeks have been absolutely crazy. In between us losing our Charlie Brown, and then Greg being on the road to go pick up Chrissy, and then the demands for the Christmas play, and the worship team, and his job, and my business, we hadn't had any time together at all. And I was starting to feel it personally. And so what we decided is that we were going to do the gift of time. And the two of us decided Tuesday night, at 30-degree weather, we were going to bundle up the best we could and head over to the Billy Graham Library for Christmas and take a carriage ride. And so we did. We stood in line, we froze to death, but we had the best time on the carriage. And then we went over to Cracker Barrel and sat by the fireplace and had dinner. So the gift of time, for us spending that time together, was really important. It was much needed in the moment. So is there somebody that you can give the gift of time to? Who have you been neglecting that maybe you really need to slow down and spend some time with? And maybe it's yourself. Maybe it's your spouse, your child, or a friend. The gift of prayer. The greatest gift we can give to someone is the commitment to honestly, consistently pray for someone. James writes, the earnest prayer of the righteous person has great power and wonderful results. And that's from James 5:16. So is there someone that you could pray for? You know, there's a story out there of an elderly lady that approached a couple. And she says, I don't have anything to give you. And the couple was the pastor of the church. Approached him, I don't have any money to give you anything. But I want you to know that I will pray for you. And every morning, that woman prayed for that family and that pastor faithfully. Now that's an amazing gift because we know what the power of prayer has for us. And my last one for you today, and this is one of my favorite ones because this is actually one of my gifts of the Spirit, is the gift of encouragement. Building somebody else up. Okay? So Proverbs tells us that encouragement is a powerful gift. It says here, an anxious heart weighs a man down, but a kind word cheers him up. And that's Proverbs 12:25. We really go about our days sometimes just assuming that people know how much we care. That people know that we really support what they do, that we rally around them, that we want to cheer for them. We want to lift them up. They want to hold up their hands. But the problem is they don't know. See, if we're not telling these people and we're not building them up, they don't know that, girls. This Christmas, if there's someone you can write a letter to that you truly love and appreciate, telling them how important they are to you, be specific about it, because that letter requires time, requires careful thought, and it allows that person to read that over and over again each day. See, and that's important because when we have those days that maybe we're not filled with the Spirit, maybe we're not feeling the presence of God, maybe we're feeling defeated or we're feeling attacked by the enemy, it is so wonderful to go back to a message like that from someone that built us up and read it again. So Luke 6:38, if you give, you will receive. Your gift will return you in full measure, pressed down, shaken together to make room for more and running over. Whatever measure you use in giving, large or small, it will be used to measure what is given back to you. So, what kind of gifts to give? Is it all about your checkbook? Is it all about the credit card and how much that gift may be? That verse tells us a lot about the importance of giving and the condition of our heart when we give. It tells us a lot about our attitude and how we should be in giving. And it also tells us God's promise if we give with our heart. So, how do you give during the holidays? Have you been feeling defeated because your checkbook doesn't allow you to go out and buy the latest and greatest for someone? Or maybe you have a girlfriend you want to send a gift to, but you just can't afford to buy the scarf that she would wear. Make her one. Because I guarantee, and this is just an example, I guarantee that if somebody has their eyes on a scarf that maybe is $50, but you can't afford it for them, but you can't afford to go and make it yourself, and then you gift that to them, oh, what a precious gift. I'll tell you this, that gift, that handmade scarf, has much more value than the one you would have paid $50 for. So think about it as you go through your day. If you're still trying to figure out the gifts and how to give and what to give and how much to spend and all of that stuff. Let me go back to my notes here. I try to keep notes so I stay on track. That helps a little bit. But consider a homemade gift, 1 Corinthians 4:12. A gift of your possession, Matthew 6:40. A gift of your time, Ephesians 5:15 and 16. The gift of prayer, James 5:16. Or the gift of encouragement, Proverbs 12:25. And there's more verses on all of those topics as well in the Bible, but I just wanted to give you one for each. I don't want to give you too much and overwhelm you with it. So what is your favorite gift to give? And what is your favorite gift to receive? So more tomorrow. Enjoy your day. Make sure you're taking time to rest, hydrate, and take care of yourself, because the holidays are a time where a lot of people get stressed out, they get sick, and they are exhausted. So take care of you and find creative ways to give from your heart. Because remember, a gift from the heart is a priceless commodity. All right? Love you, girls. Bye-bye.